Hi girls, I want to talk to you about your parties that are all going to be starting. There were so many new consultants this summer, and I realized my last video was somewhere this summer in between building and everything else that I was doing. And so I thought, you know what, it's time to make another one. With so many of you watching one of the parties that I'm opening up tonight, I wanted to talk about it. I really want you to feel like you know exactly how to roll out a party. So for those of you who are in this party, it's Adina's Fall in Love with Jamberry. If you're not in it and you want in, just let me know and I'll add you to the party. If we're not friends on Facebook yet, please add me and then I can add you. The only stipulation in being in one of my parties is I need you to not like or comment on anything because it throws the timeline, and I'm using this party for instruction. So please just observe only. So right now, I set up the party late last night, so you will see the timeline in which I set it up. That's huge. And you know what, you guys? I use the same thing for every single party. I've done over 82 parties, and guess what? It hasn't changed. I change up my games, but I use the same party format. It works. I get sales. Why reinvent the wheel? So, Adina's Fall in Love with Jamberry party. One thing you'll notice is I did some not so great hostess coaching on this. I told her to add a welcome, and she did just what I said. Welcome to my Jamberry party. That's it. So I should have coached her a little bit better and said, hey, go ahead and give a welcome and make sure you tell your guests why you're excited about Jamberry, if you've used the wraps, why you love the wraps, why you're excited to have this party. So I want the hostess to start building a rapport about Jamberry, about me as a consultant, and because basically her friends are going to trust her over me. So it's really important that your hostess give a great welcome. And some hostesses are amazing at this. They'll even do a little video welcome, which is awesome. Or even put pictures of their jams repeatedly through the party. And that's fantastic too, because it's really not good enough that we post our jams. We're consultants. We've got this down. We need to show our guests that our hostess is able to do this because they trust her. So, and it's going to take a good solid week before they start trusting us. So I actually learned from that when I saw her welcome, and I thought, okay, normally I coach better and I dropped the ball on that one. So I'm actually going to go back and say, hey, along with your welcome, do you have a picture of jams that you could show, or maybe state why you're excited about this party, just to put your guests at ease. Okay, so that's what the party page looks like. It's in a group. It's in a private group. And also, this is something really important to note. Do not add your hostess while you're creating the party. Add another consultant. And the reason being, I did that in the beginning, and I had my hostesses talking with me as I was creating the party, which was very confusing. It was throwing the timeline, and there's comments under pictures, and it didn't work. I had to actually dump that whole party, start over, and explain to her why, and that was just awkward, and you just don't want to do that. So don't add your hostess until you are ready. You've coached her, and she knows what she's doing. I typically set up parties on Sunday. I add my hostess Sunday night or Monday, and then I have her add a welcome, and then I have her add guests. After all that's done, usually between noon and 4, I will put on the post, let the games begin, and explain about the games and door prizes. And I definitely want to have that done before 4 o'clock because ladies are really checking in now. They're checking in before they make dinner, before they leave work. And so there's a lot of activity on the page after 4, and I want to have everything set up and ready to go. So the next post they're going to see is the introduction to the game. On Mondays, I've chosen Love or Leave It. And the reason being, I've done roll call and personality game, and I get such little attendance on them. I mean, it's almost to the awkward point. And the first night is so key in not losing people. We want to sink our teeth in and get interest. And so Love It or Leave It I usually had done on the second night, and it's such a fun game that I moved it to the first. And the great thing about that is they're getting a chance to see wraps on hands right away. And that's hooking them. And they're kind of putting their orders together in their heads. And there's always lots of talk. You want lots of talk on the page. You want a lot of chatter because you want to be able to answer questions and build a rapport, and you can only do that with talking. So I decided Love It or Leave It is always my lead out game on the first night. Now, if it's a very active chatty party, then I'll add roll call or personality maybe on Wednesday night when I've already built some rapport and I know I have an active group of ladies. If it's a quiet party, I might actually not do it because I only want to implement games that draw a crowd and that they're having fun with. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So if you are new, a new consultant, what you're seeing is what I'm going to do all the way until the new catalog comes out. The only thing I'm going to change up are games. And you have a lot of freedom to do that. Use any games that you want. This format is just to give you a template to use so that you don't feel like you're reinventing the wheel and just winging it. So every single day you're going to see my lineup. You may copy and paste everything. If my wording is so that it's representing my family or my girls, change that. In one of the nail biting posts, I talk about Abby, my nail biter. And so you will definitely want to change that, make it your own. But feel free to copy verbiage if you're not comfortable. I don't have a patent on anything. I really don't care. I want you to be successful and I want you to feel comfortable being able to start parties. So now I want you watching every day, at least stroll through the page in the evening so that you can get the timeline and you feel comfortable with that. And then as you make your files, you could even do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and do the 12-day. That's how I keep my parties going. I always start on Monday. If I have a hostess who hasn't responded and her party is supposed to start, I will put her off because I feel comfort in my routine. And if I have 4 parties going on at once and then I have a breakaway party because of a late hostess, that kind of throws me. And so rather than starting her the next day or the day after, oftentimes I'll say, you know what? I'm going to give you more time to private message guests and so that you feel absolutely ready and get your samples on hands. This will give you a chance to get those samples on hands because people who try will love to buy. And so give her more time and that will help her feel relaxed and the party will feel relaxed. I hope that makes sense. So feel free to ask me any questions on our team page. Don't ask me any on the party page. And just remember, you're observing, talk to me on our team page. And this is going to be fun. I'm a little nervous with so many people watching, but it's going to be good. All right. Bye, guys.